All right, everybody, we're live. Welcome everyone to Hot Book Alert Live. I'm your main man, Mercenot, and with me is my partner, Mr. Long Short. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy to be here. It's been a long week, but and it's been an eventful weekend in the comic world. So
Mm-hmm.
happy to be here, getting into some hot box.
Hot box. So, how was your comic book week?
Yeah, I didn't, so I took a couple of days with the family and we
Mm-hmm.
went down to the Cape. So I didn't really do much digging this week. It felt like a lot went on, but I really wasn't active this week. I would say I was out of the game a little bit looking for new books. So not a lot. I did actually grab a couple of things online. I grabbed a nice golden age Schomburg, I think for a decent price.
Hmm.
But nothing out in the wild. Just wasn't the week for that. So there's a couple of big cons coming up here that I'm hoping to get after it at. But this week, mostly online type purchases.
Okay. All right. Okay. So my week was pretty much nothing. Went to go. Did you go see Deadpool Wolverine yet?
Yeah, I did. I saw that on Friday night. I loved it. I thought it was just what Marvel needed. Just a great, a great action movie. Wasn't perfect, but got a lot more right than it did wrong, and really, basically, was what I was hoping for. So I really enjoyed it. What about you?
Loved it. Loved it. I had to turn my brain off for it, but I loved what I turned my brain off for.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I thought Wolverine looked freaking cool as hell in his proper X-Men get up. I don't know why. There was something about it because the same level of excitement I had for this, I had for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And Multiverse of Madness was a dud,
yeah,
right? But
yeah.
then, yeah, and then it came into Wolverine. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I really didn't have that high of hopes for Deadpool Wolverine.
I had pretty high hopes because
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reynolds is kind of a perfectionist almost in everything that he does, and
Yeah.
I just didn't think he'd let it get screwed up,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't. He totally delivered. Um, but yeah, I hear you with Multiverse of Madness. I think we were all expecting more from that. I went and rewatched it, and I think if you watch it for what it is, it's actually
Mm-hmm.
not that bad of a movie. But
Okay.
the expectations ahead of that movie were off the charts. All the different multiverses we thought we were going to see, like
Yeah.
I think we got way built up, and it just didn't deliver on the hype. Um, but I watched it again, and it's not bad. It's not a bad movie for what it is. But I
Mm-hmm.
think it was a victim of its own hype.
Okay. So yeah, I came in with lowered expectations for Deadpool Wolverine, and then they surpassed. So I guess that was good. And also, I think what we got out of this movie is what I was expecting out of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. I think when you think about some of the characters, and we'll keep the spoiler free from
Right.
anybody who hasn't seen it, but if you think about some of the characters that we saw in Deadpool Wolverine, right, and the number of them,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it wasn't anywhere close to what we got in Doctor Strange, right? We had
Yeah,
one
exactly.
that one scene with the Illuminati, and that was really it for the most part. And this took that, you know, and made that look, silly by comparison.
My God, I did it. Okay, so there were actually some books that sold this week that related to Deadpool Wolverine. I didn't I didn't put them on just for spoiler's sake, but
Hard to talk about without
yeah,
giving away the story. And listen, I got to give those guys credit for what they're able to keep under their hats, because some of the stuff I saw in that movie I hadn't heard anything about at all.
not at all. So I'm glad for that. Lord Tatman's Comics, what's up, brother? Thank you so much, man. You know what? I've been underwater for about a week. I'm not quite sure if I had seen you on a Trashcast or not. So I was only able to watch like 20 minutes of like each show. So, but thank you so much for that super chat. Yeah, again, no spoilers for Deadpool Wolverine, but next week, all bets might be off. So get your shit together before next week. All right. All right. So also, what did I do? Oh, I went to the National Card Show.
Oh yeah, that's right. I meant to ask you about that. I
Yeah.
would not have guessed that you would be going to that. Just, you're not the biggest sports card collector, at least that I'm not aware of.
You know what? Okay, so I was with a buddy of mine who knows cards. You know what I mean? He probably knows cards like I know comics, right? I swear to God, I felt you know how like you'll see somebody's significant other with them at a show at like a comic show, and they're just kind of like they're just there.
Just tagging along.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt, because I'm just like I'm looking at cards, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like, oh yeah, feminism. Yeah, I'll put it to you like this: when it comes to Deadpool Wolverine, there wasn't a lot of that. And I don't think there was any of it.
If anything, they criticized it a little bit at some point.
Yeah.
Some of the things they've done. So,
Mhm.
not taking themselves too seriously, but just like poking some fun at what's gone on a little bit.
Right. So, but yeah, it was good. It was just good to see heroes that you know and love, as opposed to people that like seeing the characters that you know and that you welcomed in, as opposed to seeing people that were thrust upon you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, this is who you want. No, you don't want to see them. You want to see these people, but these people are not what you want to see. You know what I'm saying? So that was good to see. We'll probably do it next week, because oddly enough, because I saw the movie like Thursday at 3:00. I made it a point. You know what I mean? So I wasn't playing around.
Yeah, I couldn't get to a movie. I was like a 7:00 showing on Friday was the earliest I could get there. So, but if anybody else has seen it, I don't think you'll be disappointed unless you take your shit super seriously, which you're probably not watching the show if you do. But if you take your shit super seriously, maybe you won't like it so much. But there's a lot to like in it. A lot.
Lord Tatman, so it's worth watching. For me, yeah. Like I said, I had to turn my brain off because there was just a lot of some plot holes in it from what I could like. I wouldn't. Here's the thing: I wouldn't mind going to see it again. You know what I'm saying? Because a buddy of mine who hadn't seen it, I was more than willing to go to. I was more than willing to go and watch it again. I had that, but it was a good time. It was like a party. You know what I'm saying? And it was very like it was balls to the wall. If that's
wasn't too much breather, wasn't too much filler. It was just a lot of action and just a lot of really cool moments. Right. Check it out. I don't think you'd be disappointed. If you like Deadpool, if you like Wolverine, I mean, I think you'd be pretty happy with it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a really good time. Um, I guess back to the national. The last time that it was in my area, um, the National Sports Card Show, I managed to find a it was damn, what the hell was it? In 1976, it was a sealed box of Marvel stickers.
Not nice.
I don't know. Let me see if I can pull those up. Let's see. 1976 MARVE Marvel stickers. Let me see. Okay, so I found a sealed box of these when I was there, and they were authenticated seal. Okay, so this is what I found, and it was authenticated by. Damn, look at that. And it
Wow.
was yeah, it was authenticated by the baseball card exchange as sealed, as factory sealed. But I don't remember him going for that. Let's see. So I was hoping to find something along those lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I go, so I've never been to that show, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but I take my son. He likes to collect soccer cards, and
Yeah.
he's pretty good at. And so when I take him to card shows, I'll poke around, and I'll spend time, looking at the non-sports cards. There's not many of them, but I'll see what's what at those booths or those vendors.
Yeah.
But I always seem to find a comic. Some guy brought comic books to one of those shows, and I go and I'll look through. And I'll spend time, probably too much time just looking through whatever boxes he's got. There's always seems to be one who's got comic books at those shows. So, was that the case there? Would you see anybody selling comics?
There was. I would say there was a handful of people selling comics. Actually, I was hoping to find like maybe somebody selling like some pop culture stuff. Like maybe some toys, maybe some maybe some like some cool like a poster or something.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I didn't see that. It was like really concentrated sports stuff. And the last time I was there, you could see from a distance the celebrities, the sports, the athletes and all that. But this time, everybody was just like locked up. You couldn't see, like, I didn't see anybody. I didn't see any of the signees, like any of the people like doing autographs. Like, we didn't see anybody without having to pay for without having to pay. That was crazy.
Yeah, man. Hey, Liger, thanks, man. I forgot to mention I bought some books from you on a whatnot sale. I was up late one night. Everybody had fallen asleep. I think it might have just been me and one other person on your show. I was buying every other book you put up, just show you some love, man. I appreciate the support. So yeah, I forgot to mention that. Probably had a couple beers at that point,
but you were drunk buying.
Listen, I'm not gonna guilty, I suppose. No, it wasn't that bad. But it was late. Everybody was asleep, and I was just kind of sitting in the chair on the deck and just having fun. So
we were doing some tipsy whatnot.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. And another thing, the IX Center. So that place, they used to build tanks there during World War II. So you can imagine the size of the place. So, like I said in the private chat, I was operating off of no sleep. So I was a zombie. Like I ran out of steam like halfway through.
So how many dealers were there, would you estimate?
Woo!
Are we talking like over 1,000? Are you talking that many?
I wouldn't be surprised, because I know. Okay, so Heritage, Golden, PSA, CGC, probably some other grading companies, probably some other auction houses. They were all there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I know it's the biggest card collecting event in the country. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be massive.
Wrapped around the freaking building, man. It was chaotic, but we were able to kind of like everything kind of it was like a long line, but everything kind of like moved smoothly though, I will
Nice.
say. So yeah, it was a good time. I don't think if it ever comes back to my area, I don't know if I would go back though. I don't think it's necessary just because, but it was fun. It was fun just to people see, you know, there were some hot
Yeah,
girls
man.
there. There were
And
some
if it
hot
was
girls
close
to
to
look
me,
at.
I would have gone. If it was close to me,
Mhm.
I 100% would have gone. So
Yeah. So, but it was a good time nonetheless. All right, let's get into the slideshow. All right, so there's a lot to get into, especially when it comes to like San Diego Comic-Con news. Yeah, everyone. Well, I swear that like there's just different crowds for comics and sports collectibles.
oh, totally.
You know, you would think they would kind of merge, but not really.
It's two
And
different worlds, man. I mean, there are a few people who blend between the two of them, but
mhm.
they're different worlds.
Yeah, it's tough to serve two masters. It's really expensive to do both.
I mean, McClay does it well.
Mhm.
The fact that he can keep both of those things in his head the way he does is pretty
Yeah,
damn impressive, man.
yeah, and Yee.
Yeah, Yee's pretty good too. Yee and Richie, Richie's actually lives in both worlds. Joe
Mhm.
a little bit, but oh come on, you're kidding me. Brick Bradford's back up for sale. The same book,
Seriously,
the same
seriously.
book. You got to be shitting me.
Damn. Okay, hold on. We gotta hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Break Bradford 6. Let's see. Is this that 7-0?
Come on,
Oh, jeez.
this book sells every week. What's this guy doing? Is he just canceling sales?
Huh. Hey, I'm gonna add it to the watch list and see what's up.
Does it end tonight again, or is it for a few? Is it a little bit further?
What was that?
Does it end tonight again, or does it?
Let's see. It ends in a week.
Okay,
So we'll probably be able to count it down. Yeah, so it ends at 9:30. So we'll probably be able to count it down
again for
on
the
the
third
next
time.
show. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is interesting to see. I love it. All right, let's get into Hot Book Alert Live. What are we starting with? Okay, so we're gonna start with Captain America Comics number 45 from 1945. That has to be significant. 45 from 45?
Yeah, why not, man?
Okay. So we have an Alex Schomburg cover. The census on this is 71 total with 62 universal and 8 restored. I'm trying to stall for time while I try to find it. But let's see. So we have a CGC 5.5 that sold for $2,590. Let's take a look at it. Oops. All right, dude, I am so out of practice, man. What's going on? I took a week off, because there's no Tuesday show, and there was no long story short. So I just took a week off, and I'm just like totally out of sorts.
Yeah, this is nice.
These things sell all the time, but they just feel. Why do they feel so out of reach?
I don't know, man. I think they're well collected. you know, 20, what is it, $2,200, $2,300. I mean, that's real money to be thrown at a book.
You would think the type of person that would buy this has expensive stuff already,
Yeah,
right?
and I would say that probably the person buying this book isn't even really that expensive for them, based on the other shit that they probably own.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is not a stretch book for someone. Most likely, it's probably
Yeah.
someone who owns a bunch of really cool shit, and they can pick this thing up without really thinking twice about it.
Yeah.
This is a nice looking book. I think my problem why I don't have a cap from this run yet,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, there's a couple I have my eye on, and it's like if I can't get those, I'm not going to get any. Versus, you know, just buying something, right? So because I should have one by now. I mean, I really love most of these books.
You know what? I like the post-war Captain America books.
Well, the ones that I have my eye on are it's the tail end of this run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something about them, because they kind of go into like Weird Tales and Kami Smasher and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I kind of dig those just as much as the war comics.
I'll take anything honestly from this form. But yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, the war ones are obviously very specific to a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is almost 26. I mean, that's big bucks.
I'll take but I'll take anything. All right, what's next? Jungle Girl #1 from 1941, Fawcett Comics, and this is a Harry Anderson cover. Is Harry Anderson sound familiar to you?
Yeah,
As an artist?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen the name. Not someone I can pretend that I follow or chase, but I've heard the name. This feels like Jungle Girl before she actually got into the jungle.
Yes, yeah, it feels like a prequel. It feels like a origin story because she should be wearing a lot less clothes if she's a jungle girl.
Yeah, leopard skin bikini or something. It's not the standard jungle attire.
Tatters in all the right places. You know what I'm saying? So 1941. So there's 35 on the census, 33 universal, 2 restored. So we got some 8s in here. Some really high graders. All right. So we had a raw copy that sold for $800.
VF minus is that what they're saying it is? Wow.
It sold for $800.
I mean, dude, at first glance, that is super clean. I mean, that's a good looking book.
It looks good. I'm not quite sure I dig the cover all like that, but
I mean, when I think of Jungle Girl, this feels almost like a crime cover or something. I mean, something.
Yeah.
Something else, but it's an important book, and I mean, look at that back cover. I mean, this has got to be up there, man.
Mm-hmm. So what are we talking about? 80-year-old book? 80 plus?
Yeah. I mean, so what, 41 we said it was? So yeah. I mean, it's coming up on 85 years before too long. Yeah.
Bro, you know what? IGS. Okay. I want to talk about this really quickly, if you don't mind. You reminded me. IGS Collectibles. Okay. IGScollectibles.com. Wow. Okay. So IGS grading. Okay, investment grading. Okay, so if people don't know, so IGS was the, I guess you can call it the premier grading company for videotapes. Okay. And I guess sometime this week, they just basically packed up shop.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, a lot of these companies overexpanded during the boom
Mm-hmm.
in collectibles. And I didn't know a ton about them other than that they were in the in the VHF space,
Right.
but honestly, I would not be surprised if CGC found themselves at some point in trouble because keep in mind they were bought by a private equity firm, and private equity doesn't give a shit about comics. They're just looking for growth, and they're going to hit that business so damn hard to try to take money out of it.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised to see them stumble at some point because volumes are a fraction of what they were obviously back in the the 2021 early 22 period, late 2000 period.
And I guess the point that I wanted to make, so here's a Instagram post from Graded VHS, and I guess the point that I wanted to make, it's like of all the grading companies, I would have figured it would have been PGX to go out of business. You know what I mean?
It almost seems like it's somebody's hobby, honestly. Like PGX, and listen, I know that we have some people out there who like PGX, but
Yeah,
it just don't even feel like they're operating a business. It's just someone who likes to grade things when they've got some spare time.
mm-hmm.
And don't take that the wrong way, but I'm
Yeah,
surprised that somebody wouldn't step in and actually one of the existing grading companies buy this business.
Yeah. So I'm not quite sure. Did they just fly by? Is it like, because here's the thing, they've been in business because they were the name that you look for when it came to tapes. So for them to just like pack up with no like,
I mean, they probably had a bunch of fixed costs, whether it be
mm-hmm.
space where they're doing this,
Yeah.
and they just said, you know what,
Oh,
we don't want to keep going with it.
how long you been waiting? I'm sorry, buddy. What's up, Red Hood?
It's all right, man. I'm a patient person.
Damn.
What's up, bro?
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
How can you forget about me, man?
Well, we got so into it. Okay, so we were talking about there's a videotape grading company called IGS. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
You've told me about them.
Okay, so they are out of business.
Oh, really?
Yes. And like if you go on their site, it just says closed for the foreseeable future. You go on their Twitter, Instagram, any social media, page doesn't exist anymore.
I hope they didn't keep anybody's submissions, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Actually, I mean, my guess is they don't want that headache. I would imagine because that's a nightmare situation for them legally. My guess is they probably just said we're done and they're going to get out what they have in the queue. Would be my guess, but
yeah,
who the hell knows? I mean,
and I was thinking, Joe, of all the grading companies, like grading anything, I could have swore, I was telling Ben this, that I could have swore it was going to be PGX to go out of, you know what I mean? The PGX to go out of business before anybody. So I don't know. I guess that's a testament to PGX.
I didn't even know they were. I mean, like, who gets their shit graded from PGX, bro? And is good with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. Like they do an unboxing. I got my PGX label. I was thinking it was the 9.6. It was a 9.6. I knew it. And they're fucking happy about it, you know? Like, get out of here, dude. Like, good Lord, man. It's a front. That's what it is. It's got to be, right? It's all a joke. It's a front for the cartels, bro.
Right?
Man.
Yeah, man. I can't explain it. But
Or
yeah,
or EGS, bro. What's up with that?
EGS is a different deal, though. Tony, I've spoken to him. He's just doing it to create like collectibles. Like he's an honest guy. He is. I think he does that in his spare time. To be honest with you, like EGS.
So
he's
he's
not.
got a Sonic seal. He invested in a Sonic seal.
No, have you ever seen their slabs? Like the slabs have like a tab on the top, and there's like it's sealed with like those hollow foil stickers, and he's basically his business is
Oh, okay. I
is
guess I
like
was thinking
doing
of
custom
somebody
labels
else.
for books. He does really cool custom labels for books. So it's books that people just want to display for themselves. Like he's an honest grader.
Is Oh, okay, okay. I see that. That's not bad.
Yeah, I guess
Wait
he
a minute.
changed.
Is that EGS?
It's
yeah.
EGS, yeah.
So
that's
he does
really
the color match?
you can pick it, yeah. So you can get a color match label with your book. So that's really what his business is. It's for people. They're not really looking to resell these things. I don't think. I think these are books they want to hold. That he'll put a cool label on it.
Strictly
I,
for
I guess I
collectors.
never paid attention. When I saw these labels, I thought it was a company out of like England.
No. It's what's his name? Tony Trompetta. I forget. I can't remember his last name. I've spoken to him before. He's an honest dude. I don't think people give him a hard time about his grades. I think he's a truly honest grader, but like he's built like these custom labels for his books, and that's kind of what people are buying them for. I don't think he has any intention of trying to compete with CGC or CBCS or PSG now or anything like that.
All right,
Or
I'm
sorry,
not mad.
PGA.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
not mad at this.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Sorry to derail with the IGS news, but that the post, or rather the comment that got me that reminded me to talk about that, because I wanted to talk about it at the beginning of the show. But we were talking about Jungle Girl #1 from 1941. Do you like this cover, Joe?
The photograph on the book kind of like, for me, kind of just like, you don't need it. You know what I mean? And is that something they did on? Because I think I got a copy of Jungle Girl, and they don't have like a photograph on there. Like I would be okay if that photograph was like inside the book or on the back.
Yeah. It's just something about it. It's just like, okay, so for a book called Jungle Girl, you would think she'd be a little bit skimpier dressed.
Yeah, that she needs a red dress, bro. What is that? Purple. Like, this is a girl that got made fun of at school, bro.
Yeah, she's about to get kidnapped here and find herself in the jungle, and then she's got to go skin a cheetah, and then create some proper Jungle Girl attire. Like that's the origin is in this book, and you got to get there.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, but it's the sale kind of, so it was $800 after 21 bids, so people wanted this book.
Dude, it's look how clean it is. I mean, I think 800 is probably a pretty fair price for this. You get this thing graded.
Very respectable. So yeah, Jungle Girl should be.
It makes you wonder why the seller didn't get it graded.
Right, but this is Blizzard. This is Blizzard Comics, so it's like isn't it a mix of graded and raw?
Yeah, but isn't that something you like? Are you afraid to get it graded? Like,
right?
Are you afraid there's some restoration there? Like, to me, that always, if you've got graded stuff and non-graded stuff, and then you've got this from the golden age that looks like it's in high grade, like I would, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but like, I've been around, like I would for $800, like I would not be comfortable with that, just because of the optics. Like, you have other graded books, that's a banger, that's a #1. Why wouldn't you send that off to get graded?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What I mean?
I hear you.
Like,
I think it's also like a lot of the old school dealers in the golden age they don't grade anything, right? They just deal in raw books. So it could be one of those situations. It'd be worth looking into. Like if he's selling a bunch of graded Golden Age and this one's not, I think that's a fair question. Like, why did you grade this thing?
Right. Like, cause if you buy it, Ben, and you see $800 and from where I'm sitting, it looks at least a 5.0. You know, are you getting it graded? Because what does a 5.0 in Jungle Girl #1 go for?
Oh, if I bought this, I would be grading this and looking to resell it.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a cool book, but it's not something I'd necessarily want to hold.
Right.
Personally.
Yeah.
All right. What are we doing next?
Yeah,
that's
man.
nice.
Fucking
Beautiful Matt Baker cover. Diary Secrets, number 16 from 1953. St. John's Publications. Let's take a look at that census. So we have 25 total.
Whew, that's it. Damn. God, this is an awesome book. I'd love to have this book.
Okay, so let's take a look at the price. What did this thing sell for? So we had a 4.0 that sold for $740 after 3 bids. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at the cover first. Front cover, the entirety of it.
That's a beautiful Baker, man. I would have, if I'd known this was for sale, I would have been interested for sure.
It's so damn hard to just keep track of everything that ends, and you know what I mean. It's just so difficult. Like we think we're like we have our finger on the pulse of things. No, we don't.
10 cents, bro.
Look at this. Look at that. Look at the gams. Gosh. Let's take a look at the back. Okay, I can see where. What is okay? This looks like staining. Let's see.
Man, it doesn't bother me even a little bit being on the back there, to be honest.
Can you do anything with this, Joe?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've got like 30 Golden Age that I'm doing for Clutch right now. Like, I can improve that. Let me just put it that way. I can lighten it up.
So
now, if I take it off, it would involve some restoration. I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
My thing is just to improve it, but to take it off, you need some chemicals.
Okay.
Chemicals, and I'm not going to put chemicals on somebody else's book.
So if you had this Red Hood, are you cracking it out? Okay. All right.
Like if Ben bought that, and he goes, I don't care what you do. I'm looking to get the best possible grade I can get from this book. And I said, you fucking got it. And I crack it open. And then I said, okay, we're good to go. And submission form. And then the book is back at his house at a 5.0.
Well, Joe, I'm sending you a Golden Age here when it comes in this week. So it's the cover's hanging on by a dream it's a single staple.
Oh Lord,
it's a Schomburg. So don't worry if it comes off, but it could use some straightening up. But we'll touch base on that.
Do you want me to archive it for you? I've got the archival tape that they won't consider restoration.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about
if the cover falls apart or anything like that. I don't think it will if it's attached by one staple.
Well, we can talk about it.
Yeah, man. I got
it shows
up. All right.
It's probably next? Like coffee, and he was reading it. Well, fuck.
All right. Next up is Vault of Horror, number 39 from 1954. So we're at the tail end of the like pre-code Golden Age, right?
Yep.
So we're really at that tail end. I think Wortham is doing his damage, and this is like kind of the last gasp here. Okay, so we've got is a beautiful Johnny Craig bondage cover, 142 on the census.
To help you.
898.
Get out of here, man.
Okay, now did they print a lot of ECs?
898.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking ECs were probably the most printed books of the Golden Age. That's to have 898s.
There's no way. With the black cover like that? That's
yeah.
incredible.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I could see maybe 2 or 3 from pedigrees and stuff like that, but
yeah.
Damn.
All right, so we had a raw copy that sold for 565 after 26 bids. So let's take a look. You see the whole
clean. It's a pretty clean copy.
Yeah. Just like minor things going on. Looks like I don't know. Does that look like a sub crease or no?
I was trying to make it out. I don't know. I think it is. I mean, look at it. It goes straight down through the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's well centered too.
Are you guys bothered with sub creases or no?
Well, depending on how deep the color break is. If it's something like you really have to zoom in, like nobody would know. Like from where I'm sitting, like you put that book in a Mylar, nobody's really going to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, look at this vault of horror. Oh wow, where did you get that sub crease from? You know, it's like I think it's so minor. Yeah, it's so minor.
I mean, if it really for some reason impacts the front cover, maybe, but by and large, I look right past them. They don't bother me.
Oh, that's interesting, man. Like every EC book had at least 10 Gaines file copies. That's crazy. I had bought a Golden Age collection last year, and half of it was file copies, but it didn't say who it belonged to or anything.
Okay, so you can make out the crease, like you can faint, like it's very faint. There's like that, like
yeah. So like, yeah. I mean, that's really not gonna hurt you, dude. Like tears, spine stress, rusted staples, mustiness on the book, staining, torn, tattered, like foxing, mildew. Like those are the stuff. Those are the things, the defects that kill a Golden Age book.
Do you
like
see
a sub crease?
Yeah.
That with a very faint. I don't think that does anything to that book.
That's not this isn't necessarily color touch, is it?
No,
right
that's not color touch. No.
Okay. All right.
Wait, go back up. Whoa. Go blow. Can you blow that up?
I think it's blown up as it can get. Did you see right in here?
And is that in the middle of the book?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. You might be right, dude. Go back to the front of the book.
Let's see.
That looks like ink, dude, right through it.
Okay. So, all right, let me see. I swear there's like something going on, like right here. Just like a little something.
Got him. Yeah, I mean, go back to the inside cover again, Mercenary.
Yeah.
See, usually you see the color touch right at the spine, dude, but like you rarely see it with like sub crease, but
Yeah,
because the cover is black, man, I wish you
maybe.
could zoom in a little more.
Let's see. Let's see if we can find another picture. I think this might be the best of the best.
Man, that's kind of. I would need to see it in hand before I call somebody out on that.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Mm.
I mean, that's so subtle. I mean, the seller may
Yeah.
not even be aware of it,
Right.
depending on where he picked it up from. But
Yeah, see,
Maybe it's just dirt. I'm thinking maybe it's dirt.
right on the sub crease.
Maybe it's just from this. Maybe it's from here. You know what I'm saying?
It could be Mercenot, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the crease is folding where it's protruding out into the ink on the other side.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so like if you're gonna color touch, you're gonna color touch the whole fucking thing, so like so you don't see it, so you don't see any color break. I I'm gonna assume good intentions
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know.
Break out the black light. Listen, I just bought a little UV light, so we're gonna have some fun with that.
Well, as much as you are into the golden age Mercenot, it's
Mm-hmm.
not a bad investment, man.
Okay.
It's
yeah,
not.
just don't use it in any hotel rooms you go to. Just keep that thing turned
No
off.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dead
that's what I was
bug.
thinking. Just it's just like some ink rub. So
Yeah,
no problem. But I like the splash page. This
that's
thing is
cool.
I love this. Some Betty Page action here. All right, what we doing next? We got another Vault of Horror. So we got
I had that, and the cover got detached. I sold it last year, and I should have never sold it. I bought it for $2, dude,
Oh,
and I still
jeez.
have the picture. I got it at half price books, and it came off, but the cover was freaking clean, Mercenot.
Bro. Listen, I bought the God, which one was it? Was the LB Cole. It's probably one of the most famous horror covers. It's the skull with the wig on it. The Blue Bolt Weird. Damn. Let me see if I can find it. BLUEBOOTW. Weird Tales. So I found. Let's see. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I found that cover for $100. Okay, so this one. Okay, so I found this for $100, right? And it was missing the back coupon, and I got rid of it.
That doesn't. I understand. Like those books take a huge hit from that. I don't know why. It's just like that was like part and parcel of owning the book in that era. Like it doesn't bother me for some reason. I saw this book at a show. It stopped me in my tracks. Guess it was last weekend when I went out looking, and they were asking $2,200 for it, and it was beat up. It was a 2.0 best case.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like in the moment, you're just so aggravated by the defect, by the imperfection. You're just like, oh no, I don't want this. I can't believe I found that thing for $100 though. And this
What did
story's
you get for it? What did you get for it? Do you remember?
I mean, I made a nice profit on it. I'll remember after the show. I gotta look it up, but I made a really, really, really nice profit on it. So I wasn't like disappointed with it at the time. All right. But we got, what is this? Vault of Horror, number 37 from 54. The hanging cover. So this is a classic, right?
Big time. Yeah.
So 129 on the census, 298. So most likely, what, a file copy?
Yep. I mean, a pile of 9.6s too, right? All of those have got to be file copies.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna send you the picture, Mercenot. Hold on.
Okay.
I paid 50 cents.
Ah.
Please forgive me. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. And I'll tell you when I got it. I got it. I'm sorry. I got it in August 13th of 2019. Hold on. Paid 50 cents. Hold on. You guys gotta see this. This is when people didn't
Right.
check anything, bro.
You right?
I can't even imagine. Like, what are they doing? Just getting in like boxes of books and just throwing them out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, let me set this to you. Boom, boom.
Oh.
Coming your way, doggy.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I keep receipts, bro. I don't delete anything.
Let's see. Dude. Let me see if I can look it up. Copy. Paste and go.
Did you get it?
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
It's in the Hotbox chat.
All right, hold on. It won't let me look it up from. Oh wow! I'll tell you what. Let me send it. Okay. All right. So select.
I sold it for like $150, but cover was detached. But man, when I look at these prices and how junky the books look,
Yeah.
bro, I could have probably gotten like $2,000 for it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, easy, dude. I mean, detached cover, you can still get.
Yeah,
And I got a 2.5 on a detached cover.
that's crazy, man.
I'm gonna see.
Well, I mean, I was like, I'm real fickle. Like if I'm not into something, like I'll pick up something for somebody else, and I can't remember if I had picked that up for my buddy Steven and he's like, nah, I'm good or something, and I got pissed off and then sold it. I don't remember.
I'm trying for whatever reason I can't look up the pictures from my desktop, but I'm trying to.
You want me to send it to you through another?
Yeah.
Okay.
Extra camera, video files, touch slides.
I'll send it to you to your main thing. Right?
But yeah, this is that's.
Here we go.
Why
it's on its way.
Why in the hell can't I show it?
I'll send it to your main Instagram.
Okay.
You just can't share the Instagram screen and just have it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll show you what's going on. I'll show you. Let me see if I can. Beep boop beep boop. Okay. So here is.
Chad. He goes, you need RAM.
I probably do. I keep meaning to buy more RAM, but I can't. But I'm just too lazy. Okay, so you see that unsupported message right there? It's like
because you sent him multiple pictures at the same time. The desktop will do that, Joe. Just send it. So don't send more than one. Well, yeah, I don't know why they're doing that. So if he sends two pictures at once, that'll come up. So just send them one at a time, Joe. He'll be able to see them.
Oh, okay. That's how that works.
Yeah, I don't.
Damn it. Okay.
It's the same thing on mine.
All right. I tell you what, let's take a look at this while we're
okay, check it now, Mercenot.
Okay. Beep boop beep boop. Oh shoot, nice. Okay. Hold on. All right. Okay. Nice. It works. I didn't know. Okay. Damn.
50 cents? Can't leave that behind.
50 freaking cents. How? How?
So they had like a whole bunch of old books, and this was in the pile. And I asked how much that was, and the guy said, "Well, it's 50 cents. I'll just put it at 50 cents for you." And he was there with the Garvey gun. I was
Oh
like,
my
"Fucking hey,
gosh.
dude!"
Did the
And
guy
you're like,
think?
listen, man, it says 10 cents on the cover. Like, why are you hitting me up for 5?
I thought this was half price. This is bullshit. Man.
My
But
God.
like, I got a whole bunch of Silver Age, and I made a video on the Instagram. I got
Yeah.
all these for 6 cents, right? And the lady, when I go, man, I'm gonna get somebody so fired, bro.
You blow up the spot.
Yeah, those are
All right.
good old days, man.
I know, right? So this raw copy of number 37 went for $630.
Wow.
Is that a good price? It seems like it.
This is probably one of the, what would you say, top 10 EC covers. I mean, it's up there with the most notorious of them. So I think this is pretty reasonable.
I never noticed this painting. This is hella creepy. It's like you can barely make him out. Hella
It's
creepy.
like one of those Scooby Doo paintings with the eyes.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like the person in this painting egged on this guy here.
Yeah. It's a creepy haunted house, bro.
This painting, this like little fragment right here just adds to it. I love this even more now. Hell yeah. Okay, so you got like a little thing going on right there, no problem. Okay, so if you see this at a show for $630 in similar condition, maybe a notch lower, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm talking, man. I mean, can I get it for 500? I'm always looking for a deal, like everybody else, but hell yes.
I told him I'll give you 50 cents.
Listen, man, the last one I picked up was 50 cents. So what you gonna do?
Hey, fair market value.
All right, what's next? Ooh, we have a beautiful Headlights cover, Archie Comics number 50 from 1951. All right, so 178 total on the census. And we had a raw copy that sold for $645 after.
This is a big Archie cover, though, man. I mean, this has got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, this has got to be top 10 Archie covers, I would think.
So
first, you know what that is, right?
Huh?
That's the first appearance of FaceTime on a comic, dude. Right? It's on the phone. It's got the picture. That's FaceTime, bro.
That's where they got the concept.
There you go.
This thing is kind of chewed up, though.
Yeah, damn, man. This thing is
wow.
way more beat than I was expecting.
Huh. Is this the one? Yeah. Okay.
That's a silverfish, roaches.
Yep. I don't know about that. Okay, so to see this in this condition, I'm even more impressed by the price.
I mean, I would start asking if those are the original staples.
There's a there is way too much going on with this for it to be $600 something. I couldn't see it. Because I really don't look too deeply into these books when I post, when I put them up. So I was thinking maybe it would be in a lot better condition.
So a 3.0 sold for $875.
Jeez.
2.0 775. 2.5 800. I mean, it's a desirable book.
Yeah, somebody bought that book to clean it, to press it.
Okay, all right.
I mean, there's meat on the bone to get this book. Could at least get a 3.
Yeah, at a 3. I mean, I don't think there's many of these on the market. Like, sorry, those aren't sealed. This is like what the fair market value estimated by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this? A 1.8 sold for $660 last December.
Wow.
How much did you say?
A 1.8 for $660.
Wow.
Jeez. Okay. All right. I guess I don't know what the hell
This
talking
Archie.
about.
I mean, this Archie is one. Like I said, one of the bigger ones.
All right.
Right. Like if we talk this up, you know how we do it. And like Mel V was here and I brought that up FaceTime. Like in a matter of months, somebody would be doing an exclusive of the FaceTime cover.
But there was a big so Bird City did an exclusive of this book.
They did.
Yeah.
With Dan Parent and
Mhm.
Steve Horn did one as well.
Ah, that
one
was
with
the book.
One with Ronnie and one with
That's
the redhead
right.
there, Cherry Blossom. This is a fairly.
They did. I totally forgot about that, Ben.
Oh yeah, this is it, right?
Yep.
That's a nice cover. Okay, I see.
Okay.
Hmm.
What are we doing next? Look at this. Crusader from Mars,
That's pretty good.
number 2 from 1952. Painted bondage cover. Not quite sure who did the cover. But 35 total on the census.
I dig it. I totally dig it.
Yeah.
I'd noticed. Okay, so let's take a look at the price. So we had a raw copy that sold for $325. It was a buy it now or best offer.
These are the kind of books that stop me cold at like books I hadn't seen before. The pink golden age covers, like they're the ones that catch my eye when I go to cons and I see them on the wall.
Yeah.
Like these are the ones that I stop and like. So if I saw this for $325, we do some haggling.
Yeah, I mean that looks like it could be on a marquee, dude. Like it's an old school vintage poster kind of feel. Like, the serials are you know what I'm talking about? Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon. Who is that? Is that Flash Gordon or is that Buck Rogers?
It looks like a combination of both, doesn't it?
And you got a damsel in distress. I mean that's if you're a kid. I mean, that's probably the most exciting cover you've ever seen, back in that day.
Bro, do you remember I think it was Double Dragon on the backs of magazines where the girl's dress was ripped and you could see like the bottom part of her ass. Do you remember those? Was it Double Dragon?
I can't remember.
Or either yeah, I'm thinking either Double Dragon or Streets of Rage, but in on the comic books, they toned it down, if you remember. But this is what this reminds me of, and like a gust of wind will send this thing flying in the breeze. This looks like a pulp cover.
It does.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was a pulp.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. This book should be. It feels like it should go for a hell of a whole lot more.
How many pages? How many pages is that book? It looks like a pretty meaty book, dude.
Yeah.
And it's not a pulp, right?
Right. Yeah, these
Because
Ziff
pulps
covers.
were like 25 cents, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, these Ziff Davis covers, they're all nice. All of them. And most of them are like painted, like all of them are beautiful. So I'm with this all day. What's next?
I might have to go back.
Yeah.
Go back, Mercenary. Let me.
Yeah. You want to take a look at the listing?
Yeah, I like this book.
All right, sure.
Thanks.
You got it. All right. What are we doing next? Okay, Marvel Mystery Comics number 38 from 1942. So we have a Sid Shores World War II cover, 40 on the total, 40 total on the census. And we had a raw copy that sold for $13.26.
Yeah,
All right.
it's pretty cool, man.
Okay, let's take a look at this really quickly. Look at that. There's like some stuff going on here. Is this a...
Yeah.
It's hard to tell if that's a split. Yeah, it looks like it's still hanging together.
Oh, it's glued. It looks like it's
Uh,
glued together. Look at that.
Well, no, because you see, it looks like it's still attached up there.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on here, though.
It could be staining.
Let's see. That's not
Why-
good.
Yeah.
What-
Why is that out of focus?
Okay, it's slightly better here.
Mm.
Okay, it looks like it got, I don't know.
that could be glue, though. I mean,
Yeah. It's like it's scraped up against something, and whoever had this book like tried to like maybe glue it, even though the staples are still together. That's what it looks like. But
I mean, the pages look, for as old as it is,
Mhm.
like off white to white,
I mean, the colors on the cover are phenomenal.
right? I mean, the red is just pops. The red and the yellow, man.
very vibrant. So I got to imagine if it didn't have any of these imperfections going on, this thing could go for a hell of a whole lot more.
Yeah, what did it go for again? And they had
13.26.
okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a World War II cover, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing more to it than that, really. That's an ooh. I mean, yeah, gosh, this thing could definitely go for more in just slightly better condition. That's wild. All right, Mickey Mouse Magazine number 1. So, actually, no, I'm sorry. This is number 3. So omit that. Omit number 1. This is Mickey Mouse Magazine number 3, volume 1. This is from 1934.
Good Lord.
And take a look at the census on this.
Crazy.
Just 9. So platinum age. So this book is prehistoric.
This book is almost 100 years old.
I mean, this thing crosses genres too, though, because you have the
Mm-hmm.
hardcore Disney fanatical collectors from the old school stuff,
Yeah.
right? So, like, I'm curious to see what this went for.
All right. So we had a raw copy that sold for $363.
Hmm.
This thing is a
That
really
seems
nice shape.
really low, dude. Like,
Mm-hmm.
It's like museum.
Right. Yeah. This is something I would expect. Okay. So I went to the National yesterday.
Okay.
Okay. And Heritage and Golden were there. And they were showing off the things that they had for auction, you know, in their nice little glass display cases and all that, looking very nice. this is the type of thing I would expect to see in there.
Did you see the back of it? Chevy Chase, or the front of it? Chevy
Yeah,
Chase.
Chevy Chase there. Yeah. I remember, yeah. So we took a class trip to Washington D.C. and I saw the name Chevy Chase everywhere. And I'm like, and I was thinking at the time, I'm like, why is everything named after the actor? Why is it named after the guy from Saturday Night Live? But I guess so. We have to. What's Chevy Chase's real name then? Because it can't be that. But yeah, this thing is really nice. And for 363, I think this is
that's one of those things that people. We must have. How many bidders? What? 35?
Yeah, 35 bids.
Wow.
So people wanted it, but it's still
they didn't want to pay that much for it.
Yeah. So something from 1934, Platinum Age comic. So keep that in mind.
You know, Ben, do you think with all like the negativity Disney has had over since COVID, you know, like, do you think that that's hurt their memorabilia?
I mean, I think to a certain degree, sure, but I think the hardcore collectors from this era, right, like when Walt Disney was running the show, I feel like, you know, that group of collectors wouldn't be so put off, right, because they're kind of separated the two. But from a broader perspective, yeah, I think there's a lot of people who have been frustrated with Disney over the last 5 or 6 years. Not just even the comic related stuff, like across the board. But I would just imagine that the people who collect like this vintage stuff wouldn't be too put off by any of that stuff.
Yeah, people still love Mickey regardless of anything. You know, it doesn't. I don't think that hurts Mickey Mouse, so to speak, especially nostalgia stuff like this.
Yeah.
But great deal. Okay. This is something I don't want to talk about for too long. I thought the sale was just like insane for this. So we've got Underdog #1 from 1970. This is a Charlton book from 1970.
Wow.
Dude,
okay,
I love this goddamn show, man.
I watched it all the time, dude.
Dude, I loved it.
Bro, Underdog was the shit, man.
Dude, I loved this. Anything superhero related when I was a kid, I could watch. I was just totally obsessed by, and this is no different. I love this show, man.
Okay, so 60 total on the census.
What does this thing go for?
A raw copy sold for $600. Do you want to look at the listing?
Let's just take a quick look at it.
Okay. I really wasn't gonna look at, just take a deep dive into it, but
I mean, it looks pretty clean. A lot of your Charlton books, they turn brown, dude. Like,
yes, they do.
I mean, this looks really clean. Yeah. Holy shit!
Yeah,
I get it.
Oh, that's not bad, man. Those are white pages, bro.
Okay, so I can see why, because I have to imagine a lot of those were colored in.
Yeah,
a lot of these. Okay,
big time.
And they were colored in by the brown deterioration of the, of all these Charlton books, man. The way they were, the paper is different on the Charlton books than DC or Marvel.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know what kind of paper it is, but it is definitely different.
Okay,
but that's a good looking book, man.
So you like this book for $600?
Hell yeah, you get it graded. Probably sell it for $2,000.
Woo! All right, damn. Okay, damn. All right. Who knew?
Well, 9.6 last sold. Hasn't been a little while. Actually, no, it's just this year. What the hell? For about $1,200 in a 9.6.
This year?
Yeah, January 2024.
Man, I would like to see a picture of that.
Damn. Okay. I didn't think anybody would be that
That's a lot
interested in
cheaper than
Underdog.
I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I mean, look how white this cover looks, dude. Man, that's a good looking book, man.
Big time.
All right.
I the 70s, man. I would kill for Scooby Doo #1. Like that's on the list. I've pressed that book so many times, dude. And I was just like when am I just gonna just break down and go and get it? You know?
All right. Detective number 82. So this is another sale I thought was pretty interesting. So from 1943. So we have 59 total on the census.
Feels low for Batman.
Yeah, it does.
Shout out Bill Finger.
Right? Okay, so we had a CGC 9.0 that sold for 4,500. So let's take a look at this just briefly. $4,500.
And that's not a pedigree. God, man, that's for as old as that book is. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, good looking book. I'm almost surprised they didn't go for more. I mean, high grade Batman collectors.
Yeah. I think it just the overtones, the racial overtones there with the. I mean, is there like what is that? A mob guy? What is that?
Mob guy.
Yeah.
Okay, it looked different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Batman's just like punting in the head. So, hey, Josh G, thank you for the shout out and the super chat. I'm glad you're killing it out there, man. Appreciate it.
Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Okay, so
oh, you found some Scotty Young ghosts, huh? Okay,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this does seem like a deal. Just because I'm thinking, okay, so if this went to auction, is this going for more? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it feels like Batman collectors. I mean, so what we say, there's 55, so not flooded. This has got to be one of the higher grades. It just feels low. Or it feels low.
Yeah, this thing could have went for more if they probably could have just set their own price for it, as opposed to.
I think they probably were just, let's get rid of it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I believe. Okay, so let's get into some San Diego Comic-Con. Just a couple of news bits. So DC is going back to their old logo, their old bullet logo, and the DC studios will be using the bullet logo as well.
Yeah, it reminds me of a kid, man. I mean, that was what they were using when I was reading comic books. So,
yeah, I remember when. So they went to the DC logo on the bottom left of the screen here. I like this one the most. And then they went to the droopy logo, and then they went to the I don't know what the hell that was, but yeah. So I don't know what going backwards. Are they going backwards or are they course correcting?
I think they're just trying to invoke a nostalgic feel, to be honest with you. Right. I mean, if you think about the people who are really into comic books, they're sort of in that 40 to 55 age range. And I think, this logo resonates with people on that. So
right. So like you make a great point, Ben. Like how many covers, like over the last few years, did you look at from DC and said, man, if they had that old logo, right by the trade, that would make the book look better. You know what I mean? Like old school kind of. See, I like that too, man. I wish
Yeah.
they would use that as a logo.
Yeah, I just think that they're just trying to invoke a bit of a nostalgia with this.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's all it is.
Yeah, I think it's
man.
cool.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I mean, why not? Right?
And the big news,
Mm.
the massive news.
Yeah.
My goodness. And thank you so much, Josh G, for the super sticker as well. Appreciate it. Thank you. The big news is Robert Downey Jr. is returning to Avengers as the villain. He's going to be returning as Dr. Doom.
Yeah, there's a lot of mixed emotions about this. I would just, for me, I would say a couple. I mean, I thought it was super exciting. I'm along for the ride. Like Marvel has been up and down, whatever. I'm in. So I want to see where this goes. But I'd say a couple of things, right? To pull Downey back in, he doesn't need to do it. To pull the Russo brothers back in, they must have a really, really good hook for this story to pull them all back in for this, right? It couldn't have been a pile of shit. Like there's got to be a great twist or story or subplot that is going to make all of this matter. And honestly, I think at the back end of this, right, is really just getting RDJ to reprise Iron Man one last time. If you follow this to its end conclusion, it feels like that's what they're playing for. But like I said, the Russos, they did almost what people loved about the MCU. They were largely responsible for Winter Soldier, Civil War, the Infinity War stuff. They really laid like the shit that really mattered that the universe was built around. So I'm going to trust them on this one. I'm curious to see where it goes. That's just how I feel about it. I get that other people feel very differently.
And now, I mean, I was on Thorough last night, and when I was describing what I saw, I felt like I got snapped back, bro. You know what I mean? Because you remember after Endgame, then all the shit hit the fan, and it hasn't been the same. Like, people are like, well, I don't know about Robert Downey Jr. But then you've got the Russos, and then you've got, because they haven't made a bad Marvel movie. They're 4 for 4.
They made the best ones, arguably.
Right.
Or
They're
many.
4 for 4, And then the writers, well, one of them is locked in. They're trying to get the other one, but
Well, I think there's a falling out. I think they got McFeely, but Marcus, I don't know if they're going to be able to get him back in. But yeah, I hear people saying it's desperation. I don't know. I don't think they would have done this unless.
I like Desperate. Desperate makes the product better.
Forces you to
They're
deliver.
going to bust their ass and they're going to be locked in to put out the best movie they can possibly make. And when they were talking to the Russos last night, they were spent, and I believed them. When they were describing their emotions after the MCU, because they were drained. Because this took a lot out of them. It was 8 years of their life, but now they're in a place where, and I think you're right, Ben. They probably had it could have been like a conversation with Feige, and he goes, "Yeah, it's kind of rough right now. What would you guys do?" You know what I mean? Well, it's funny you should ask, Kevin, because we were talking. And what if Robert Downey Jr. comes back, but he comes back as Doom, and here's the hook, right? And then Kevin's like, "Motherfucker, let's do it. Name your what do you guys want? Let's do it. Fuck it."
Yeah, like I said,
and I think that it happens just like that. It was probably over lunch or something like that. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that it was thought out. Like I said, let's wait and see. I mean, let's wait and see what they come up with. But honestly, when I saw it, I was like, you know what? That's pretty freaking cool, man. Like, I don't know. Like he started it all. The irony of all of this was the people, most people didn't like the casting when he was cast as Iron Man. Like there was a lot of people, but if you remember back then, like this guy's a bum. You know,
Yeah.
it was. And a lot of people won't own how much they didn't like the casting, but I just remember people being all up in arms about it. So let's see how it plays out.
What I didn't know was that Robert Downey Jr. tried out for Doom in the 2005 Fantastic Four. Isn't that crazy? So, like, and the great thing about the Russos, they've worked with all these actors already. There's already continuity with the actors. You know, from just understanding each other and getting the best out of each other, like, and the ability to communicate and be on the same page, like that's invaluable. You know, by the time they got to Endgame, that's why it was so good. There was no bullshit. Everybody knew what was expected of them. They knew how to communicate, and they knew how to get the best out of each other. So that's what you got now. So I'm good with it. I am so
I'm
good
saying
with
this, and if you're going to do this, don't fuck it up. So let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just see how they deliver on it, right? I'm in for the ride. I've said it before. I'm in for the ride. Let's see. Like, don't fuck this up. This is a big risk, big rewards, right? So let's see.
Bro, the Marvel just went out and signed a big free agent, bro. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. They got their quarterback, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, this is like bringing the Patriots, bringing Tom Brady back, and like
absolutely, man. Let's go for it, man. A couple more years. We got the biggest offensive lineman you've ever seen.
We gotta do something with these, man.
Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that second prince, bro.
We gotta do something with them. We gotta do something. We gotta
those
do
should be on
with
eBay.
Them. We got to do something with them.
Bro, I was telling Ben, I got to go dig them out, man. Jesus Christ.
Bro, I like, okay. I was telling Ben before the show started, like, I had these ready to go to blow them out because I was staring at them just like, what am I going to do with them? I was going to blow them out for like $100 for the whole set.
That second print is probably going for about $300 now.
Yeah,
that second print was tough. It was always tough.
But this is definitely my favorite cover.
Oh yeah,
number 12. I've been high on this cover for a long time.
I bought a couple of those from Big Leg on his Whatnot back in the day.
Yeah, man.
But Fordham, I bought a couple of his Italian, the foil cover of that number 1, dude, and it's you need to hold it in your hand to really appreciate how great that shit is.
Some of those Italian foil ones are freaking jaw-dropping, man. Those are awesome.
All right, so let's get into it. Infamous Iron Man number 1. So we got the Alex Maleev cover. The census on this is 558.
Nice.
Not only.
Oh, speaking of that,
or rather 758 with 559 eighths. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, this. If we check this in 2 months, it's going to be doubled. I bet.
Oh yeah. Best thing to do. Yeah, I better. So we got the second print. We got the second print here. So I've been high on this book back in, gosh, man, when was it? 2020?
Yeah.
When this book,
we talked about this book on Flipside, man, way back.
Yeah, 2019, 2020. I think I could have swore that the spec play back then was, I could have swore. Maybe I'm having like a Mandela effect type of thing, but I could have swore the spec play was that Robert Downey Jr. at some point was going to play Dr. Doom. I I don't.
I thought it was the
my-
AI. I thought this book went crazy because this is the first time he shows up as an AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple other books you could argue the same thing, but I thought that's what drove this book was that he was rumored to show up in Armor Wars or Ironheart or something as an AI, something like that.
I don't think. Okay, Lord Tapman, Riri will be on Iron Man. No, she ain't coming anywhere near. If they have any sense, Riri Williams ain't coming anywhere near this project. Anywhere near.
I'm interested to see what they do with Armor Wars. Right. So
Yeah, but I okay. So is that already done or is it in production?
It feels like, given the current slate that talked about, that movie could get dropped. It just hasn't been much development on it. It was originally going to be a show, and then now it's a movie.
Yeah.
But
the principal photography is already done.
No, I don't think it
Okay.
is it? I don't think it is, because if you look what's coming out next year, it's Cap, Fantastic Four, and Thunderbolts, and then 2026 is here, which is the Doom. It's Avengers Doomsday already in 2026.
Yes.
So I don't know if there's much time for them to squeeze that in. Who knows? It just feels like one of the ones that was a filler that might get dropped as they're trying to right the ship, if you will.
So it's going to be Avengers Doomsday. So who's going to be in the rest of the movie? Who's going to be the rest of the cast?
I don't know, man. We're gonna have to wait and see.
That would be pretty interesting. Hopefully, no Riri Williams. I don't like that.
I think that that Disney Plus show. I mean, that thing was supposed to come out 2 years ago, and they still haven't released it. It's done. It doesn't feel like I would not be surprised if that's one of the ones they just dump. They just dump, and you can binge it because it doesn't seem like they want to release it.
Exactly. Yeah, because they made all of these during that dark period where they thought that they could make these.
Yeah, I think that Riri project is a mess. And they could have done her better. But something tells me that show is really bad, just given that the fact that they've been sitting on it for this long.
Yeah. Second print. Okay, so that's on the census. So only 10 9/8 and 18 total on the census.
What did it go for, just out of curiosity?
We're still kind of looking at sales. So this is fluid. This is pretty fluid. So I think we'll get to it. Also, Infamous Iron Man 1, the 1 in 25 Ribic cover.
Phil from Vintage Comics and Toys, he's got the OA of issue number 4. And he wants $15,000 for it.
Is that Maliv as well?
This one looks like Maliv.
Is this it?
No, it's let me go to this page. It's I was like, damn, Phil, I didn't know you were.
No, you had it like that.
Yeah, bro. Well, Phil is he's a deadly assassin, man. He scoops up some bangers, dude.
All right, so 88 9/8 with 3 signature series 9/8.
So that's
damn. Okay, so yeah, isn't that the variant? Yeah, that's a variant.
Because if it was Maliv, his stuff is almost all digital. So I was going to say, how could you? I would not expect there to be OA. He does some. Songs, but
yeah, it's the variant by Albuquerque.
Okay.
I love this Scotty Young dude. Like, I missed getting this book.
Got a couple of these.
Wow.
I've got one of the boxes around here somewhere. I don't know if I'll find it in time, but
I mean, I know I don't have this.
I picked up. Okay, so I think I picked up 7 of these
Mhm.
for like a song, and I had just kind of slowly been selling them, but I'm down to 2. So
Yeah, I would just grade them, man.
yeah. I never think any moderns I have are 9/8, like ever. That's my problem.
Hey, bro, have you seen those PSA slabs? Like I
No, not
saw,
yet.
dude, my buddy was up there
Uh huh.
and he like was showing me through FaceTime. Uh, bro, that they're serious, dude.
Serious.
Like
Okay.
that the book pops out more because of the border, how it's iced up,
The frosted
like
border
the
looks really sharp.
frosted. Yeah, man.
Okay. So is this it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
This is it. Oh wow.
they're gonna be a problem.
Oh wow. Okay. Ooh.
That book pops out. I mean, it's
Hmm.
like front and center, and it's just, and they've got the PSA logo. I think on the these are prototypes, so
Yeah.
I think that there's also a PSA logo on the bottom. I can't remember.
Yeah, this wasn't final. They submitted it, I think, this for feedback. Um, but um, but yeah, man, they mean business with this shit. So
Mhm.
What I could do with is a thicker number.
yeah, that's been
Mhm.
some of the feedback. I've seen a version where it's a bit more bold.
The number
Um,
needs to be literally the first thing you see. It's the
yeah,
first thing you notice. Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
you knew it was coming. It was bound to happen.
Uh-oh.
Everybody's grading everything now.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Uh-oh. All right. So as far as the Scotty Young cover is concerned, we got 103
wow.
total, 46 and 16 signature series 9/8. Infamous Iron Man 1, the
Yeah, I
hip
saw
hop
this line
variant.
on eBay.
Damn, I got this thing. I could have swore I had another copy of this. I could have
I think
swore.
I think I've got a couple of these.
Mm-hmm. All right, so 50, only 52 on the census.
Mm.
Damn. Let me check the corners here. Check the edges, see if this thing is worthy. Nah, I don't think so. There's like there's a
Yeah,
tick
see,
right there.
and that's why your census is that way. Is
Mm-hmm.
when people get that book, they go, nah, I'm not going to send it because it's going to come back in 9496.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, typically people send it in because they're absolutely sure it's a candidate.
Yep.
yeah, I've got a few of these.
Now I know I got like 20 of those.
I don't know if mine is like buried somewhere or not. Just because I
I got a
never.
stack of them, dude.
Okay. So this is the Mike Diodato variant, the 1 in 10. Is that Tony Stark on the cover, or is it Victor Von Doom?
I think that's Von Doom. I don't.
Okay. So 111 total and 96 9/8 with 4 signature series 9/8.
Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA.
That's what it does look like. All right.
So
Okay.
real quick, we were talking before. There is an action figure variant that was a qualifier for this
Yes.
book that we used to talk about on
I'll
the
tell you.
flip side back in the day. I forget what the qualifier was on it, but by all accounts, we did the math on it, and it was a very, very difficult book to qualify for.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay. I wanted to get into all these sales because you really can't like take a screenshot of like the sales just because, like I said, things are so fluid. So let's see what's sold. So Infamous Iron Man number 1. So this thing is selling for around 70 so far. All right, we got it. Best offer. We got the second print selling for around 60. The Mike D. Oh wow, look at that. Mike Diodato.
$50, but then you could have gotten a graded one for 48.
That must have been yesterday, right before the news broke, or no?
No, this was today
Oh,
at.
wow.
But I got to imagine. Let's see what's going on here. Really, let's check 130 point because that doesn't look right.
That's why you got to wait a couple of days, man, because
Oh wow, best offer accepted, $48. Somebody must have not known what was going on.
yeah, that's strange.
Yeah.
That's the wife selling her husband's books. Told you shouldn't have been going out with that girl.
Honey, I was on eBay today and we got an offer for that book that's been sitting there for 2 years. I just accepted it.
The only way you can break my heart is through my comics. Okay, so we had this 9.8 that sold for $300.
Good Lord.
For the first print. $79 for this hip hop variant raw.
Robert Fordham put his foreign book up on Ox. I wonder where it's at right now. I think it had a couple of more days, but that book is going to fetch.
Hey, Ben, which book were you curious about? I forget. The Scotty Young,
the John Tyler Christopher,
the action figure variant.
Oh yeah,
we did. I forget back on the show that So basically, what the qualifiers were is that you had to buy, so many copies of another issue to get this one.
Yeah,
and
is it 1 in 25?
No, so it's basically like from another issue, right? If you had bought, so many copies of of a different book, then you could, get copies of this one. And I think whatever the other book was, it made this one very tough to qualify for, basically.
I forgot to put this one on the slideshow, but this is the JTC action figure variant. Looks good.
Mm-hmm. So I think Robert Downey Jr. is going to reprise his role as Iron Man through AI. I mean, the story's already pretty much there. It's kind of like, what are they going to do to give it that twist?
Right. Scotty Young. You can take a look, see.
Yeah, I mean, with Scotty Young being as hot as he is right now, I'm not surprised on these.
Yeah. Yeah, these are massive now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is just to give you an idea of what Infamous Iron Man is selling for. And it seems to have reinvigorated this comic book market here.
A little shot in the arm and needed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It felt like we were snapped back. It is just like, let's go.
Books are Yeah, this looks like
I don't think we'll go back to COVID pricing, no. but this is a clear indication on that media affecting this medium, right?
Yeah,
right.
I mean, the problem was
that medium.
The COVID fucking bubble went right into fucking Disney hitting a wall. Mm-hmm. They hadn't fucked up on a Marvel project badly in many years, and then they just started, fucking up left and right, and those two fed on each other, right?
No, and then when the product wasn't good, it became political, right? It's too woke, and I tell you what, man, it messed with people's emotions when because people love the MCU, and when when it wasn't the product that they were used to, bro, they were I'm guilty of it. It's like you're messing with something that's personal to us,
Right. It seems like he had a bunch of people that didn't care about the MCU
Oh yeah, don't even get me started, man.
trying to jump in and put their little stamp on it, and it just failed.
Yeah, it's also
And
hubris too, right? So basically, they thought they could put whoever they want to direct some of these movies and shows who weren't really up for it. I mean, you had the Russos, and then you could put you could put anybody you want to direct these who didn't have a love for the property. They were put in for reasons arguably not because they were the most qualified for it, but it satisfied some other things they wanted to address, and it just ended up being shit. You know what I mean?
Don't you, hey, Lord Tatman's cop, don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. She will not be in this movie. She will not be in this.
I just honestly, I think they need to recast Riri.
Yes.
She's almost 30 years old, man. It does not work.
She's not charming.
Yeah, it does not work. And we already saw Riri, and it wasn't good. And I get it that the content that that she was in the Wakanda movie and it was out of place and it seemed like just rushed, and because originally it was supposed to be an after credit thing, but then they said no, let's put her in the movie. And like I just either don't do it or do it brand new.
Oh,
I think they could get away with doing that brand new, recasting at this point because it's been so many years.
Yeah, nobody. I don't even remember what she looks like, dude.
Yeah, man. Dude, do you remember part of the hiring process for a lot of these people that were making these Marvel movies was don't be familiar with the comics?
Yeah,
do you remember that?
Or don't be passionate about it, right? I mean, like. If you're gonna get someone, I mean, what's his face came out and said at Taika Waititi when for Thor: Love and Thunder, he's like, I just did it for the paycheck. I mean, well, it shows, right? It shows that he didn't care for that one. So
I get it, but like if you're the producer and you're Kevin Feige, and I was just talking to Thorough about this last night. Like there needs to be a stipulation. Hey, I need you to read this source material. This is not going to be a full blown out book report, but I need you to read this trade and tell me what you think. And I'm not telling you how to change your approach to directing, but I need you to read this and tell me what you think, because you're very talented and not everything has to be slapstick, but I need you to bring me something at this kind of level. That's where that movie needed to be. You got to think like love and thunder. Those are like passionate words. And like, if you're going to put a title like that, like, and then deliver that kind of product with that Jason Aaron story, like it was just like, I'm still like numb for what I saw. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, bro.
This thing is selling like every minute. it's so funny.
It's hard to believe, like, if you're a comic book collector, how do you not have that book? Like, it's a number one, and you look at that book and the vibrant colors of that book, and you just look at it. And if you didn't know shit from anything, it's like, man, this book looks important. This book looks like it's something, right? How do you not have that book? And now you want that book. Right? You look at that book. That looks important. He's holding like the helmet, like, and it's a variant.
All right.
That book looks important.
It does, doesn't it?
Dude, he's got a Jedi cloak on, dude. Are you serious?
Well, okay. This is the book that they arguably could be closer to what they're going to do in Doomsday, right? Because they swap, right? Doom becomes Stark, Stark becomes Doom, right? This is a what if story, but and this book was, I believe, much lower ordered than the other ones. So this book has always had a little heat behind.
Okay, so yeah, just because it had it was part one of what if Venom possessed Deadpool. So
Yes.
that was the draw of it at the time. But okay, so this is what if Iron Man Demon in an Armor
Ooh,
from
wow.
2011. There's damn. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. I wasn't even paying attention when I took the screenshot of this. Only 46 total on the census.
Holy shit.
Wow. Okay. Now we're talking. Okay, so we've had multiple sales. I'll tell you what, let's take a look at the screen. Let's do, like I said, this is very fluid. Very fluid. Wow, look at that. This thing,
$699 sold, bro.
holy crap. For a 9.6. This is a 9.6. Wow, man.
I found 2 of these for $1 in the last year. Is that
This
the
oh,
new? That's a
dude,
new.
that's a freaking newsstand.
Good Lord.
Wow. Wow.
I
And it
wonder
does.
what this son of a bitch had it 2 weeks ago if he had it listed.
Shoot.
Well done.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Very nice. But I mean, I know I had this book back in the day. I'm pretty sure I sold that set. You know, that 1 through 4.
Yeah, I've got.
Jesus, look at that, man. I'll tell you what, let's check 130 point. Let's see if a lot of these are what the true price is for a lot of these.
I'd guess 75 to 100 on this one, something like that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking if Taika Waititi did this Doom story, you'd have Christina Aguilera. I'm a demon in a bottle, right?
But yeah, okay, so a lot, going for well over 100. Wow. Woo! Woo! Okay.
The census is going to get bigger.
All right. People are going to rush.
And that's another thing. Disney's got What If coming back, like season 3. So I wonder if there's going to be like some clues the way they did with Multiverse of Madness with the Doctor Strange thing.
And let's see. Fantastic Four number 5.
Oh man.
You still got 2 of these, Carter?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're both. So I got a CGC 4.5 and a CBCS 4.5.
Wow.
It's funny because
you put them together, you got a 9, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I got a CGCBS 9.0. All right. So I tell you what, this is pretty damn fluid. So let's take a look.
I remember this book like who had it? He had 2 of them, I think, was Chris Colbert.
Mm-hmm.
He had a couple of them, and I remember this book was like to the moon at that time.
Okay, so a 2.0 was selling for 4, 3.0, 2.0 for, okay, very respectable prices here. So these 3 sold just today. I'll tell you what. No, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm curious. Can you just scroll down to that green label real quick?
Oh shoot.
That's no worries. I'm just curious. My biggest curiosity in comics.
This one?
Yeah. So what grade is that?
Okay, so this is a 5.0.
Okay, so 5.0, 3,500 green label. What does a 5.0 sell in a blue label? Like, what sort of discount are you taking for probably missing the centerfold? Right? That's usually what goes wrong with most of these.
And I'm not seeing a 5.0 sell.
Okay, right.
Okay, so but we have a 6.0 that sold for 11, or almost 12.
You're talking about maybe $8,000 for a
So
5.
you're talking about 50% off.
Mm-hmm. I want to see what's ending.
Bro, like go find a torn up like .5. Go buy that. Pull that centerfold out, stick it back in there, restub it. You know what I mean? Like
Frankenstein it.
then it'll say page 12 kind of loose. It almost looks like they got the page from another book and threw it in the middle of this, right? Can you imagine if all that was written on there calling you out? And it would be a booger green label.
Yeah. All right. So okay. So we've gotten Iron Man and Doctor Doom out of our systems.
Not yet. Hold on. Let
Okay.
me add that. Let me add
Sure.
this, and this will be real quick. 2 years is kind of a long way away, right, from
Mhm.
Doomsday. And this was supposed to be Kang's movie,
Yes.
and so 2 years is a long way away. Like time heals all wounds. Like
Mhm.
he didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I would not dismiss Kang.
No, I
Because
think
if Jonathan Majors gets a part and he does
Mhm.
really well, and
Yeah.
then he's nominated, right? And there'll be that whole, oh man, he hit rock bottom and now he's like, that might be something to think about too and marinate on that. Because if that's the case and you're able to bring Kang back,
Mhm.
good Lord.
Okay. That's a good point. That is an excellent point. Don't write Kang off.
I mean, I wouldn't. Not with the acting ability of a Jonathan Majors.
Mhm.
I think that they won't recast him. But if Jonathan Majors somehow his people around him are able to reboot revitalize his standing, because people love comebacks. I mean,
do they ever? Do they ever?
Did you see him in that video running from that chick, running from his broad?
yeah.
He was like,
But they showed a video of him really happy with his wife dancing, and
yeah.
and more things like that come out, and they go, oh man,
Yeah.
he really it is what it is. But I don't think you cancel someone like that just because of that. I mean, and look at Robert Downey Jr., how far he was down and he was given another chance, and look
Mhm.
what's happened. Now he's probably going to be the highest paid actor in the history of movies.
Well said. All right. I want to talk about this book here. So we've got Sense and Sensibility #4 from 2010. So we talked about this book on Long Story Short. This is a couple weeks ago, actually. And
so this was not the prior Thursday, not.
So this is a Scotty Young cover, and we all know how hot Scotty Young cover. This is probably the most unassuming of all the Scotty Young covers, in my opinion. And the print run, according to Comicron, is 2,972. Is that? I don't know. Is that right or no? I don't know.
It's nothing, dude. For a Marvel book, dude, that's like nobody wanted it. That's like the bare minimum.
Okay.
It might as well be a variant, bro.
Ooh, I like that. Damn. Okay, nice. So there's no CGC data that I could find on this book. And we had a raw copy that sold for $100. Oddly enough, thank you, Josh G.
Hey, what's up, man?
Speak,
all right.
If the devil, this is what I was talking about. Speak of the devil. This is what I was talking about. No, nice. But yeah, man, this is okay, so I found this in the so this is what kicked all of this off. So I found this in the dollar bin, like almost a month ago, right? And I contacted Ben, and I'm just like, "Is this a long story short worthy book?" And he's like, "Absolutely, we'll throw it on." He was like, "Come on board." And so we talked about it, and I guess it started something, and somebody wanted it, and they were willing to pay $100 because there were no copies available for this book, like at all, at all. And yeah, the most unassuming Scotty Young cover sold for $100.
It was Josh's sale. Congrats, man.
Nice. That's what's up. That's what's
you
up.
know, you put this in a slab, it almost has an eclectic feel to it, and it's just another layer that Scotty Young can give you. You know, I mean, just very talented, man. And it's just like I don't think we've seen his best yet. Like he's just evolving, and hopefully he doesn't get burnt out, because like you know, he drew about 1,000 books a couple of weeks ago with the, what do they call it? It's not the kid one, but everybody looks like a grimace, like a what do you call it? The just kind of the fatty kind of,
like a pear,
like a pear, right?
So that's his new thing.
I don't know, man. He's creating another kind of shape, like.
All right, so Punisher #2 from 2014. I've been hunting for this book for close to 10 years now. The Jerome Opeña 1 in 50.
Always been a banger. Always been.
Jeez. But so we have 126 total on the census. And so we had a CGC 9.8 that sold for $770. Dude, I could have swore this book Raw was going for like $250.
Yeah, it fetches a pretty solid amount. Always has.
Damn.
It got nuts. I mean, I think this book might have gone 500 Raw back in the crazy days.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe because I was just thinking I was just maybe seeing things, but yeah, this was an insane book. Ultimatum #1. This is another book that I've been after. The 1 in 100 David Finch. A 9.8 on the census, or 120 signature series, or 28 signature series. We had a 9.8 that sold for $531.
This book went nuts. Because there was that rumor that there was going to be some movie based on.
Yeah,
it was complete bullshit. It turned out to be complete bullshit. But this book, I forget, there was some like ridiculous sale for it. That oh god, well, it was like $1,500 or something.
Yeah. I was okay. Did it have something to do with the maker?
No, it was Fantastic Four and the X-Men. Did they battle on? I forget what it was. It was something to do with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, that they were using this as the source material for something, which was a BS rumor, but it sent this book screaming. Here it is right here. So in May 2020, it sold for, I guess it wasn't much as I thought, just over $1,000.
Okay.
1,050, not 1,500. So 1,050.
Hey, still respectable. All right, this freaking book. I had this book back in the day. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow #1 from 2012. So this is the retail incentive Purple Rain cover. This is from David Williams. Is that a familiar name to you? To you guys? David Williams?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I've definitely heard his name. I mean, but I don't see a lot. I can't think of like a lot of his work.
I think he did a lot of IDW GI Joe stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like I I can't remember. It's like I remember John Royal doing GI Joe stuff, but not a name like David Williams.
Too generic, just in one
Yeah.
era.
Yep. Okay, so we take a look at the census here.
Ghost.
Gee, I had this book. So we had a raw copy
Fucking A.
that freaking sold for $820 after 30 bids.
So that ought to tell you the market is steadily improving.
Yeah, people want to buy comics. Yeah.
Yeah, but for books like this, the market is always, is mostly there for books. For scarce collectible books, the market is there. Some auctions fall through the cracks, but by and large, like you can move, scarcer moderns. Like there's buyers.
David Williams, Fearsome. I might have to look into that. All right. It's the Sailor Moon #1 from 1998, SDCC.
This thing's a ghost.
Beautiful pink cover, 13.98 on the census, and 625 for a 9.4. So that's pretty respectable.
Yeah, this book just gets the scratches all over the chrome on that moon. Yeah.
All right. So
I remember this book.
This freaking book, I don't see this. I never see the color version either. And isn't there a J. Scott Campbell version of this too? Of 310.
Yeah, he was on 310 as well. Yep.
Damn. So what was so special about 310?
I don't know, man.
Because there was also an Ed McGuinness variant of this book too.
Was it? It wasn't the Old Man Logan run, was it?
No,
I don't think so.
Or maybe the McGuinness one is the Sabretooth scratching up the.
Right. Yeah, that's the
No, Campbell didn't. He had one around this, but there was no Campbell on this one.
Yeah, Campbell did. I have it.
Yeah, I think it has Elektra and Spider-Man on the cover. All right, let's take a look at the census. 14 9/8, 5 Signature Series 9/8, and drum roll, please. We had a 9.6 that sold for close to $3,000.
It's bananas, dude.
A 9.6. That's like a Silver Age prices.
Yeah.
For a 9.6. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. I mean, I'm just taking a look. It looks like the high sale on a 9.9 was $2,200. Back in March of 2022 was the last time.
Oh my gosh! Wow, man.
But
somebody thought they could CPR.
Stephen Platt is coming back. So, like, I think people are trying to maybe reinvest in him, thinking that his books take a go up even further. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, his Vampy book has gone crazy. Vampy #12, the holofoil. Like that's been selling for like $700 in 9.8, and so yeah, I think people are revisiting some of his other rare work.
I like how veiny his arms are.
Yeah, this is just 90s.
But do you remember that rivalry with McFarlane and Platt? Like, you were either in the Stephen Platt camp or you were in the Todd McFarlane. You know, it was that, like, there was a loyal following Stephen Platt fans, and they were saying that McFarlane couldn't hold like his jockstrap. You know, I remember that being a thing.
I mean, I still buy the Platt profit books for $1 when I find them in dollars.
Yeah,
I still pull them out.
But yeah, very solid cover, and I don't think I'll ever find one now. I believe this is the last book, Spawn #230, so the 1 in 25. Speaking of Todd McFarlane, so we can duke it out on whose sketch variant looks better. Number 230, homage
This
of
is a pretty great sketch, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
homaging himself is tough to do.
Which one was this? Batman?
411,
I want to say 432.
432.
432. Okay. Yeah. Really? Platt just did a 10-page for Eric July's company,
Oh, good.
Ripperverse. Okay. Now that's pretty interesting.
I hope he had the writer to go with it.
Right? All right, so 36 9/8 with 9 signature series 9/8.
Wow, $800. Holy shit!
Yeah, 9/4 sold for 800.
Damn.
Hot Box Alert is healing my OCD. That's what's up, Chad Cave. Oh, a preview. So Stephen Platt is going to be a preview. So that means he should be doing like full pencils, like on a whole book or something like that. Okay.
Man, you would have thought Steven would get a better offer than like get him on Amazing Spider-Man or something, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvel's not paying though, man. Like, I don't know what Eric July. I mean, didn't he raise a ton of money for
He
his?
did like $3 million.
Yeah, like 3 years ago, and then the problem is that everything just kind of kept going down. So 3 million, and then like 2 million, and then $1 million.
But I'm saying you raise $1 million to put out a book,
Mhm.
right? I mean, Marvel's not going to pay you shit to do a book for them. I mean, you could throw someone $50,000 to do that book, and it's going to be more than going to be maybe making at Marvel, right? So, like, I don't know, but he had the ability to throw big money at it potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. That is it.
That
All
was
right.
good books, man.
Yeah, man. Well, gotta perfect the eye for the books. But Joe, thank you so much for joining.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you know me. I'm a nerd, man.
Hey, man, it's
what
always
I
a
love.
good time. It's always a party when Red Hood is involved. It's always a party.
Hey, so I didn't have San Diego Comic-Con, but I had Corpus. I picked up this Adam Hughes. Yeah.
Hold on.
Foil. And it was half off of he wanted 40. I got it for 20.
So, nice, man.
And then of course I got like 4 or 5 of these, and that's why I hate going to cons, dude. Like I see the boots and I gotta have it,
The chunky boots.
Yeah, and then I picked up Frozen #1, and I said, like
what?
98 goes for $200.
What does
let
that
it
go?
go, Joe. Just
what's
let
it go for at Raw?
I paid $12, which I didn't think it was bad.
My buddy's daughter would love that. Mike, are you still watching?
And then Ben, you remember this one? This is the non-lenticular.
Yep.
Nobody talks about these books, man, but they're tough.
The second prince,
picked up this one.
Grab all those.
Dude, those I never paid attention to those. Like I would see them and just not give them a second look back in the day.
I found this Prelude. It's not the artwork, but I thought the Prelude was pretty good.
Dude, I don't see that cover.
I buy that one whenever I've got a small stack of that's. I mean, Winter
high
Soldier,
grade.
I thought was the best thing Marvel ever did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I grab that one every time.
And then I like that cover. It's not worth shit, but I liked it.
Dude, I had so much high hopes for that book right there. Yeah.
And then I picked up a Campbell Joker. The only time he's drawn Joker until that
yeah,
the Punchline book, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That he got in trouble for.
Yeah. I think that's it. And I picked up some original art. The guy, he had I bought a splash page where his stuff kind of looked like Art Adams, J. Scott Campbellish, and I said, you know what? I wanted $100. I said, I'll give you $100. Fuck it.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. We got to put Mr. Longshort to bed.
Yeah,
I
man.
gotta
I got to get up early too, man.
Yep. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And I want to thank you so much to Lord Tatman's Comics and Josh G for the super chats and the stickers. And we should be back here next Sunday and Thursday.
Thursday we should be good to go.
Long story short, we got another party planned on Thursday night. So everybody, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.